Welcome to TradeTheNBA.com. This is John. This report is for the 22nd of July here. And you can see we continue to make these small little pops to new highs. That, and the sad part about this is because of this slow upward tick, it's literally going to take one day or even a half a session to fill back all the way to where we ended up with these extreme yellow candles. Not quite full red, but um, it's only a couple hundred points away. It wouldn't take much at all for that to switch. But at this particular point, readings are still fine. We're starting new options week, just back and forth from Friday's action. Nothing new is happening. I mean, now you've got the criminal referral of Powell, so we'll see if that's going to lead to him being forced to resign. If anything comes of it, is it all just political theater, which we know it is, but they really would like to get rid of him sooner rather than later, just because of the delay that he's causing. This is the same thing that we're seeing with the oil, all the other delays from the courts on, whether there could be cuts or not. And it'll be interesting because if they're able to make some of those cuts not spend what some of has already been allocated from the end of Biden's year, uh, you could actually continue to see surpluses. We saw it for last month, and not impossible that it continues, though completely unexpected if it did, and that would be a shock to quite a few. Now you can see on the Nasdaq we had a much higher rise here in the NBI white, so potential for short starting to take a little more interest in this as we get towards the end of the month and begin to play for August, which will be the setup towards the start of real trading again when everyone comes back from their holiday breaks of summer vacation. Treasury is taking a significant bounce upward that draws money from the market. Simply because higher rates, you definitely have more options than you otherwise. Oil still stagnated here in this range and unable to move, and until it does, that's literally the case story for where the market is. Fine increasing. Now we have, of course, this big earnings week, so we're going to see that volatility jump as the different numbers come out. You can expect that there are going to be more beats than people think, but that goes hand in hand with perception. From here, the euro you can see is very exciting for the euro. Yes, absolutely stunning because obviously the tariffs and that aren't going to happen, but they think that Trump will back down, and we'll know in 9 days or so, if that's true or not. And if it's not true, then yeah, look out. That's going to be an interesting one. Of course, from a gold standpoint, uh, can you argue with it? It's like literally you can look at any country, and 90% of them are all in deficit situations and borrowing more money than they can really afford and spending uh, on non-productive means, and that really becomes a distinction. It's not about how much money you spend; it's about whether or not it actually has a return for the capital. And gold safe haven, same with cryptocurrencies at this particular stage because they've already been proven to have lasted long enough and sustained enough value over time. And now, as the transactional value of them increases, their relevance becomes more dominant. That's all currency ever is. It's just a confidence game. If you believe in it, if you believe in gold due to its scarcity, rarity, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. There's only so many of them. When it comes to Ethereum, it becomes more about practical application and how much volume it will produce given the number of transactions. Uh, just think Visa, MasterCard, the same situation there. And obviously, the more it scales, the cheaper it will get. Economies of scale. It just all becomes pretty basic. So, what we had was the first run up, small dip. So, A, B, C move, classic. In this particular case, we started off with all positive extremes. It continued, and what did we do? We filled back the positive extremes. So, we have a little bit more to go to capture the other, what is it, all the way down to 33 level, a little bit below for the low is all the way down to 29. very doable, possibly happens even before the market opens. Then you're back to normal, and you can see from the DOC and all those others, complete reset. So this was the giant rise up. Everyone got excited. They all started buying their calls for next week, and then boom, they drove them down, which caused all the put buyers to start jumping in, and people getting squeezed back and forth. Here we can see in the Asian session was pretty blah, but the European session a little soft, and now it's just sort of like trying to pick back up a little bit as you get ready for the U.S. Open, which is still quite a ways away. As always, though, anything relevant, I'll put it on our team chat, but we'll just keep following these readings. Have a good one. Trade well.